Hey everyone, my name is Jordan Sutton and I am the author of Take Back What the Devil Has Stolen From You. And if you can, click on the links below, like, share, and subscribe, and you already know what to do, okay? But now that that's out the way, I just want to come up here real quick and talk about a topic that I saw on, I think she was on YouTube. She could have been on YouTube. I actually saw this like on one of my news feeds, sometimes on the Google feeds, and they have like recommended stories. But anyway, it was this lady that was talking about her question was, does Twitter sell books? Okay. And I was like, okay, well, that seems interesting. Let me see how her experience and how things went for her. So she gets up there, and, the video's not long. It's just about, maybe like 12 minutes. And she said it definitely can be an asset. She said it definitely can be a help. But long story short, what to summarize everything she was basically saying, she was saying, no, it doesn't. And here's the thing: a lot of people got. I don't know if it was like a debate they had. It was like people were getting like angry, and I think these was like some self-published authors also that had like that argument on whether or not Twitter sells books, and to them it did. They created their fan base on Twitter. Well, I don't know if they created their fan base, but most of their fan base was on Twitter, and they said that it was definitely a great beneficial tool for them. But for some that's been promoting for years and years and years, they will beg to differ. But in her video, she was just saying, even though she's seen a couple of units sold, and I think she was also going through the route of self-publishing, she said that, and she was a really positive lady too, y'all. So don't think this is a negative video on, oh, here we go again, and not believing it works. It works. It works if you work it, okay? But I was just, wanting her perspective because I haven't really seen many videos of people saying they sold books on Twitter, not unless they had like a super huge following or they were already published, or you know what, or those that started like a long time and they're just finally seeing the fruits of their labor. You know what I'm saying? Finally just enjoying the fruits of their labor. So I'm not talking about those people in those categories, but I have noticed with even with my experience with promoting on Twitter. Now I think it does help, like the lady said, but I think what she was also getting at is if you want to see a lot of like huge growth, a lot of units pushed, a lot of units sold, um, she says she's not sure if Twitter has that type of range, you know what I'm saying, where you could do that. Now for certain people, now it they may can if they've been doing it for years, they got a certain strategy. They know who their target audience is and it's on Twitter. But I just learned a lot really from looking at that video. Because it was something I always thought. I was like, well, you know what? I've been on Twitter since 2012. I wrote the book in 2016. Actually, I wrote it in 2012, but I didn't put it out and publish it until 2016. It was live on KDP, and I remember I had a whole lot more followers than what I even had now before I wrote the book. And I remember I put it in like, here's my book, and I finally created this book, and I here's my link to KDP. And mind you, now I talk about other things other besides my book, okay? Even like with this YouTube channel, I talk about other things besides my book. So I'm not like someone that was heavy promoting it and pushing it, but I may have to start back getting back to those days. I mean, you're gonna lose who you're gonna lose. And like and I do talk about other things. So I don't think I put my book all I don't you know what I'm saying? I'm not shoving it in somebody's face. So anyway, but anyway, just to get back to the topic at hand, I wrote my book in 2016, published it up there, and then I noticed like half of the followers are like gone. They was like it just went into half. Like people started to unfollow. And here's the thing. I'm thinking maybe with that particular audience, that was not really your target audience, or maybe it could have been a whole lot of things. Like maybe they're not used to maybe they're used to other people pushing their book in their face, and they just don't want to see it. Or third, it could be, here's the third option, we got to be real too on all the options that it could possibly be. Maybe they want to do it and they didn't do it. Maybe they want to, and They felt like you writing and creating your book took something away from them. So, they left. So I was just like, wow, I noticed like, okay, everything was fine and good until I got ready to post this link about creating this book. And like I saw so much decrease. I was just like, what in the world? I said, oh, this because I said I created a book, but I'm just want to let you know that some of the things that may happen when you're on your journey to whatever it is that you're writing, creating, doing. It may not be a book, and you see your audience slash in half like that. That's absolutely okay and fine because one, they're not really your target audience if they could just go like that, and two, you don't need like people feeling some kind of way just because you created and wrote a book. So anyway, let me get back to the topic at hand again. I can get off subject. Well, it's not really off subject, but yeah, just wanting to say that I agree with that lady. I think again, it's good if you just Twitter is good if you have your audience already up there. They know what they particularly want, and you're not just selling to random people. And I think also that could have been the case also with me as well. Just trying to hope that somebody goes out there and buy it. Just hope. And this is the one thing I'm also learning with business. I know is that you just can't hope that it happens. You got to have some kind of strategy. You know what I'm saying? You got to have some kind of, and even if that don't work, try something else. So it's all good. It's everything's always a learning experience. But just to go ahead and just tell you, does Twitter sell books? Um, I think it does. I think it does, depending on again the people that's following you or the people that don't follow you, and they could just be stumbling by your page, and I mean you never really know. Now I think it does work, but if there's a lot of things that may be missing, or there may be some type of disconnect that's there, or they just don't have any intentions of really buying it, then no. You know what I'm saying? It all depends again on their audience. It all depends on some of the things that you may have in place that will also determine. But I don't know if it's really a good. Yeah, I feel like I'm beating around the bush here. I really want to say, I really just want to say the lady is basically correct in her assessment. And that's with me trying to promote this book on Twitter for like 6 or 7 years. Now, listen, I have been having some sales on and off now, ever since I put it out, but it hasn't been like, you know what I'm saying? But I am thankful for even that growth. I'm thankful for people that still purchase. I'm thankful for whatever little that I can get or receive. So I'm thankful for that. So please don't look at this video as like, what's she trying to say? She ain't sold no book. What about the time? I don't know who's looking at this video, and it could have been somebody that purchased the book. What's she trying to say? Them purchases weren't good enough. No, no, no. I'm thankful for. Let me tell you something. I'm not like some social media content creators that you see that they don't see a lot, and they start getting nasty with their audience, or they start getting taking it out on them, and they start trying to belittle and, oh my goodness, try to act like their efforts or their support isn't enough. I'm not like that. But I just wanted it's just a topic that just stumbled upon me, and I just wanted to talk about it. Like, does Twitter sell books? And I said, man, the first time I looked at that title, I was like, I don't know now. I've been up there trying to promote it 6 to 7 years, and I haven't seen as much. And who's to say that those sales probably came from Twitter? They could have possibly came from WordPress. They could have possibly came from another source there. So who knows? But for me, in my experience there, uh, it can work. It just depends on if your audience wants that. It can work, but it all depends on if you have quality content that they desire. And now you can still have quality. Now, don't get me wrong. You can still have quality content. You can still have all of that stuff in place and still nobody buy it, you know. But that's okay. What you do is you have to reroute and figure out what other route will work for you. You know what I'm saying? If Twitter didn't work, let's try TikTok. If TikTok didn't work, let's try Instagram. Even though I think I will just try. I would wanted to just to say, let me change this topic around those Twitter sales books. The social media sales books. Now, someone said, of course, with social media, no one's looking to just to buy. They go up there to socialize. They go up here to talk about topics. They go up here, and I remember even with YouTube, someone was like, "Don't try to sell nothing on YouTube because most of the audience that go to YouTube, they're not trying to buy anything. They're not trying to have you sell them anything. Maybe you could do it on Instagram. Maybe you can do it on a different platform." But that was just something that they were just mentioning, and I said, okay, well, are they right? And I know people just come there to socialize and they just come there just to talk, but it's just something, y'all. It was just a topic that was just on my mind. That's all. But Beloved sells her hot sauce. Beloved's been selling her hot sauce. She's been doing it through YouTube. Now, of course, she's been built up her brand. She's been built up her business. So, of course, she can sell her stuff on YouTube. So that kind of goes against, what I'm saying, the rules of what I was hearing, but you can't sell on YouTube, but they do want some quality information and content, and that could lead up to sales. Absolutely, I do agree with that. But does Twitter sell books? Y'all know. If it do, I'm not. If it do, like I said, it all depends on the person, how long they've been doing it, or what kind of strategies they got in place, or if they're passionate. But they were arguing about this thing on her forum. I think matter of fact, she may have posted the video on her website. That's right. I said I saw the video on YouTube, but she posted it on her website. And that's something that I know people don't really hardly go on too much anymore. Like the websites, I guess for like videos, they rather just see it on YouTube or whatever. But who knows, right? Some of them were really mad. Yes, Twitter sells books, of course. And then some of the people arguing was like, well, you know, this lady is telling the truth. You can't be in denial of certain things. So anyway, I'm about to get off of here. I do got me a Walmart delivery order coming. Hold on, let me see if they on their way. On their way. Okay. All right, we good, y'all. Just making sure this round of time. Instacart is still faster than Walmart, y'all. I don't know why Walmart always taking their sweet time. Taking their time. But anyways, just want to get up here to say Twitter can sell books, but it all depends on what you're offering, what the target audience is looking for, and if your target audience is up there, and if it's something that they're actually looking for. But I would say most in general, I don't think it does. It might do a little something, but not to the degree where it's like, oh my gosh, it's rolling in, and one day it will roll in, right? But I don't know if Twitter is an effective tool. I mean, it helps, it can do something, but as far as like the main, as that being your main source for the book selling, I don't know. I think you're gonna have to segue yourself on some different platforms, doing probably some different things that you haven't tried before. Maybe doing a podcast, collabing with someone. Um, I don't know, just doing something different. So that's all I'm saying. Maybe it just requires for you to do something different. But as far as my experience by far goes, no, it hasn't. And I don't know if that's also part of the algorithm too, because even with Twitter, you can still post. And I don't know how it's set up like now. Now I think it's getting a little bit better now. Maybe because they got rid of some people, but that was in charge of Twitter. But I remember you could post back to back on Twitter for real. I mean, had all the consistency, and still you wouldn't get any likes. Still you wouldn't get any retweets. Still you wouldn't get any. So it's just like, what in the world is going? What in the world is going on? So, but anyways, I'm gonna end this on a positive note. I know again. Let me just throw out a disclaimer on this video. I do. Let me repeat. Let me repeat. I am not being negative. I am just only sharing my experiences and the things that I went through also as well, and also the experiences of what I saw other people go through, and also with the positive extra positive experiences that I saw other people go through. So I'm just putting in all of that in my journey, my experience. This is still a journey. It's not through, it's not finished. But I am speaking on just what, what I've seen. And 6 or 7 years, it was just like, Lord, do you want me to still promote on Twitter? Because I said, I've been trying, but nothing, it's nothing, nothing. And like I said, and if there was someone that did buy it through Twitter, thank you so much. This is why I've got to get a good website in place so I can see where the sources are. Because KDP studio don't really tell you much about your audience. Now, I guess if you sold a a lot of books. Excuse me, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm tripping today. lot. So, anyways, y'all, let me get up off of here. And remember that the best is still yet to come. I just made a video. It's Veterans Day still, and I just didn't want to like have too long without going without a video. But anyways, click on the links below. Remember that best is yet to come, and you already know. Until next video, until next time.